Hi, it's Tash. Welcome to Tash's Library. Today's video is going to be looking at my TBR for May the Force Read With You, which was created by Break Even Books. I'll put the link down below because you'll want to participate in this one. It's pretty fun. You don't need to actually read any Star Wars books. They're just prompts that enable you to create a Star Wars-like character, which is super, super fun. Right, so the way it works, you can actually just go look at the link and all the prompts are in there, and all the instructions on the different elements that you can choose. Now, it's point-based, which means that you don't need to you read as many books as you want, and as few books as you want. I, of course, am an overachiever, and therefore I'm going to actually try and get as many points as possible. But also, my TBR game for May was a little bit mean to me, and I ended up with 11 books, which means that I can very easily get some very good points for the Star Wars one. Okay, basically, I am choosing a particular path, and I've decided to go with the Jedi Order on the side of light. And for this, I'm going to be creating a character called Stracciatella. And she is going to be from the Togruta species. Now, being a particular species gives me an extra point. In order to meet the Togruta species prompt, I have to read a book with an illustrated cover. And for this, I'm going to go with Terry Pratchett's The Truth, which is my reread for the month. And that meets that 1 point very, very easily. I think this is illustrated. I was a little uncertain as to what illustrated meant, but this one, it's not photographic, it's illustrated. I think that works. Anyway, 1 point down. I'm then going to go and get some enlightenments. Now, enlightenments to the Jedi Order provide 2 points each, and I'm going to go with Plant Search, which requires me to read a book with a tree on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to choose Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner because it's got a tree trunk on the cover, and I think that counts. So that gives me 2 points. The other one is Transfer Force. And for this one, I have to read a different genre than the last book I read. And this one's pretty easy because I'm going to pick Everyone on This Train is a Suspect because I didn't read any mystery books in April, and there's only one mystery book in May, and so this will definitely be different from any book that I pick up before it. So that's all right. So I'm up to 5 points. I then can pick up a power called Force Barrier, and this is reading a cover you don't like, and I'm going to pick Rise of Empire. I hate these covers. I love these books because they're super floppy to read, but the covers are really not attractive. But anyway, so that gives me 1 point. So I'm up to 6 points. And then I'm going to pick up some companions. And the companions are all adorable. So I'm going to try and get all 3. And the first one is the Vulptex. Vulptexes are so, oh my gosh, they're so cute. Should they be Vulptices? I don't know. I'm not sure. In order to attract a Vulptex, I need to read a book with crystals or ice on the cover. And for this would be Aversion. I'm pretty certain that's ice. It's not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure it is ice. And according to the synopsis, there is ice in there anyway. So I think it is. So that will give me a Vulptex. I then can attract a Fathia by reading a book with someone who looks unhappy on the cover. And for this one, I think Demon in the Desert meets this prompt. Yeah, he doesn't look very happy. I know he's an orc, and he probably, all orcs look like that. I'm not sure. But he's not smiling. He looks a bit grumpy. He looks a bit sad. So yes, I think that should attract that particular companion. Final companion is the Porg. And for this one, I need to read a book with round objects on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to go with From the Earth to the Moon. because it's in my Jules Verne binder, which has circles on the cover. Can you see like the compasses and things like that, or circles? I think that counts. So I'm going to have the 3 companions. And so that's going to give me another 3 points. So that takes me up to 9 points. And then I'm going to need a starship. And of course, I want the Millennium Falcon. I mean, seriously. And thankfully, the Millennium Falcon requires me to read a book with a number or animal in the title. And for this one, I'm going to use All the Horses of Iceland. Horses are animals. And this will give me another point. So that's 10 points. I then need weapons. And of course, as a Jedi, I'm going to want a lightsaber, particularly since a lightsaber gives me 2 points. And for this one, I need to read a book where the title and author's name are in different colors. And this one, I think, is The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Really easy. That gives me 2 points. So I'm up to 12 points. I then can pick up some partners as well. And I'm probably going to want the Rebel Alliance on my side, particularly since this will give me 2 points if I can attract their aid. And for this one, I need to read a book that was published in the same month as my birthday. And this one would be The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. I always forget the order of those animals. But anyway, I think this one was published in the same month as my birthday, and therefore this counts. And so that's taking me to 14 points, I believe. I can then also pick up a droid by reading a book of advanced technology in it. And I'm reading Foundation and Earth. So that will definitely have advanced technology in it. That gives me an extra 1 point. So I'm up to 15 points, I believe. Yeah, so that gives me 15 points, which will already be enough to allow me to become a Grand Jedi Master. However, I also have a few additional options. I can accrue a moniker, which will give me 2 extra points. And the way I can do this is by actually gathering my 3 companions. If I gather all 3 companions, then I can include the moniker caring, beloved, charming, or mesmerizing to my title. I'm not sure which one I'd go for at the moment. I think I might go with charming, but I'm not sure. It kind of depends where I go with my achievements, because I can also accrue an achievement. And there's 2 options here I think that I could easily get to. The first one requires you to read a minimum of 2,024 pages. And considering my TBR for May is a total of 3,844 pages, I think I should be able to meet that quite easily, even if I don't complete all the books. And that will allow me to call myself a medic, healer, or caretaker. So that could be interesting. I could be a caring caretaker. That'd be weird. No, I don't want to be that. Maybe I'll be a charming healer. I don't know. We shall see. Because the other alternative would be to read a book over 650 pages, which will allow me to call myself a swordmaster, a gladiator, or a warrior. And in that case, this should be easy because Rise of Empire is 816 pages. So if I do read that book, I should be able to get that quite easily. So I don't know, maybe I'll be a charming swordmaster. I mean, why wouldn't you be, right? It's a mesmerizing swordmaster. Or maybe I could be a beloved gladiator. I'm not sure, but either way, I think if I do finish my TBR, I will be able to be a Grand Jedi Master, and I will be able to accrue monikers and achievements. And I'm pretty excited. So yes, if you haven't participated in this readathon before, it's super fun. It's pretty chill. Like it's not like you have to compete against anyone. You're literally just accruing your points, creating your little character. And as I said, you don't need to read any Star Wars books per se. But anyway, that's me. That's my really crazy May. So wish me luck. May the force be with me in completing my TBR. And until I see you next time, take care.